ready to be taught that. That's
Well,
why I'm
Well, at work,
refocusing back on sustaining, you know what I'm saying, doing things for his
Sustainability,
kids, right?
organics, and eat
Teaching his
right.
kids how to eat right and,
And that's what I'm saying, so if I can get some people to help me distribute flyers, help me bring in some kids in, you know what I'm saying? We were able to get the kids that were here
right.
at the rec, in the gym, like, rich kids. We had about 10 kids who graduated.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
And we had a film series, so I'm contacting them now about a film series, so there's a couple movies out there, health and wellness film series, as well as working with the seniors.
Yeah, we got some good ones on Netflix too that me and Mike watched.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to do it like a question and answer, though, more than just watching the movie, then have some dialogue afterwards, you know.
All right. We'll talk.
Yeah, okay.
That's cute. That's good.
When you stop by to see me, you keep walking past me.
When? Oh,
You know when.
well, when I come in there, I hate, 'cause if I come to pick up, she don't be on time, I come on time. If I come early,
You gotta talk to me.
no. So, then I go around and talk to Lacey.
Late, yeah, I see you been coming up through the back.
What is this?
Just the budget, 'cause we got a lot of, remember I came to you a while ago and I said we had some line items budget that was over and that, and we need to get them in order. We can amend them to reallocate the funds that's not being used to cover the line item budget. And moving forward, we should be doing our own budget, so that's why I gave you the literature on it.
What do you mean we should be
The
doing on what?
uniform budget manual, so next year, cause next year we should be doing our own budget, we should be allocating what funds should be
Can we call the meeting?
going into what area.
Alright. We ready? Okay, the meeting now come to order.
this motherfucker you got
What
one.
time is it?
6:34.
Okay, we do a salary identification. Okay. Okay. Secretary call the roll. Well, acting secretary.
Amon Rester, Charlie Dixon,
Here.
Mike Brennan,
Yeah.
Cherie Anderson, here, Howard Rollins.
Okay. Approve the agenda. I have one.
We do.
What? I said approve the agenda, no.
Oh,
We
that's
have
next
an
agenda,
agenda
yeah.
that,
What is this? You just
We
gave
make
me
a
stuff.
motion to, have Helen serve as acting secretary in his absence.
you pass this on my item.
Is there a second?
I guess I got a second to have everyone meet together.
We had to move, motion by, Mike and second by, Amon, that Ms. Helen Rollins be the acting secretary today.
All in
Okay,
favor?
all in favor?
Helen.
Okay, the minutes. Approval of the minutes.
So was the agenda approved?
Yes.
the whole,
Well, this is the agenda right here, so we can just skip that.
You gave everybody.
I have something to add to the agenda, due to the fact that the other agenda for September 11th was not approval, and I do think we need to look at it, you can pick and choose what you want to put on there, but there's some things that's very prevalent that we need to vote on, so I'm bringing that back up for old business as well as the special meeting, because even with
Well, we're not going through that anymore. We told you it was not a special meeting, and you
What
chose to
special
come,
meeting?
listen.
Sandy called a special meeting.
You
Sandy
listen,
called a special meeting, and that's the, I'm not talking about your illegal meeting, I'm talking about a special meeting that was called.
okay, nobody came.
That, okay,
So
so that's
what?
that's why it's coming back up today.
What's coming back up today?
What should have been discussed and approved or disapproved.
You can't, what do you mean? That's irrelevant. You can't do that. You can't, if it's a meeting called and a meeting and it didn't happen, it's a done deal. Now you come in here with all this,
It's not
then
a
you,
done deal.
it is.
No, it's not.
Read the minutes.
You can read the minutes, Helen, however, if you.
I'm reading the minutes from
Read the minutes. You're out of order. Read the minutes, Ellen.
October
I
16th.
am asking you to make it a matter of record right now.
Read the minutes. You're out of order. We were reading the minutes
I'm gonna
now.
ask you to cease and
We're
stop your behavior because it's
reading the
harassing
minutes
me.
now.
I'm
You're out of
asking you to
order.
stop
You
right
are
now.
out of order.
The only person out of order is
Read.
Mr. Dixon right now. And
Read the
you
minutes.
are not in control of anything to where I
I'm
cannot
controlling
talk.
this meeting here.
No, you're not.
Read the minutes, Ellen.
The minutes from October 16, 2013.
Helen, are you gonna disregard and not make it a matter of record? Cause all I'm asking you to do is make it a matter of record at this particular moment.
I'm not making what matter of what record.
I'm
There
trying
wasn't-
to add
there
some
wasn't a
things.
minute.
She's
for-
reading
because
the
we
minutes
do
right
have-
now.
I don't have minutes for your special meeting.
No, I know you don't.
That's why I said it's irrelevant. You don't have any meetings for the meeting because apparently didn't nobody come. So,
You reading the minutes to approve the minutes?
I'm reading minutes for October 16, 2013.
The illegal meeting?
no, the minutes from the last meeting that we
Meeting called to
had.
order at 6:35 p.m. by Chairperson Jolly Dixon. Present among restful, Helen Rollins, Michael Ramey, Jolly Dixon, and Director Hiram Harris. Absent, Sheree Anderson. No, Sheree Anderson entered at 6:45, but refused to sit around the table as a commissioner. Citizen President Frank Miles. And just to add in there, absent was Sandy Collins and Rachel, however she said it, Jacobs. I will put that in the minutes, you wanna add that to it.
Okay.
Motion by Helen Rollins, supported by Amon Rasmus to accept the agenda, motion carried. Motion by Amon Rasmus, supported by Michael Ramey to accept the minutes from September the 18th, 2013 meeting, motion carried. Attorney Pittman, Township Leader, provided a simple copy of the Open Meeting Act, Section 3, 1, to minimize the possibility of a disruptive meeting from taping the meeting. As a matter of record, it is to be known that tonight's meeting was posted according to the rules and regulation guidelines. Michael Ramey stated that he texted Sheree Anderson about the meeting at 10/14/13, and she responded with a reply, okay. A letter from Bridget Hall requesting the use of the center on December 28th, 2013, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. to host the first annual Roller Township Kwanzaa celebration. Letter was accepted and placed on file, and Hiram Harris, director, will follow up. On Monday, October 14, 2013, Mr. Cunningham and Donna Squall, supervisor, met with the director, Hiram Harris, to discuss a $25,000 payback to the Recreation Center from the Pearl Wright Center. A discussion will be addressed at the Charter Township meeting. A decision will be addressed at the township meeting. There will not be a Halloween party or other activities this year due to lack of funds. Candy will be given out at the center on October 31st, 2013. Motion by Mike Ramey, supported by Helen Rollins, to allow Pearl of Wisdom Senior Recognition to use the Recreation Center to show off our citizens who are 90+ years of life. Motion carried. Motion by Amon Respis, supported by Michael Rainey, to adjourn meeting at 6:57 p.m. Motion carried.
You've heard the minutes, there's a motion to accept the minutes with the necessary corrections.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes with the necessary corrections.
Moved by Armand, second by Mike, to approve the minutes. All in favor? Aye.
No,
One opposed. Okay, we go to citizen comments. Right now, to speed things up, we'll have Mrs. Hall, elaborate on her,
Yes.
trends of rural township.
Yeah, just real quick, just wanna, share with you all, I noticed in the minutes though I've been conversing with Mr. Harris back and forth in regards to, utilizing the facility for different projects that the Friends of Royal Oak Township would like to, become in partnership and work with you all and host it here at the recreation. Spoke about, Friends of Royal Oak Township first annual Kwanzaa celebration. So that's kind of what I'm here today for. The date that initially was gonna be the 28th, but we decided to move that to the 29th, which is a Sunday. And so here are some, flyers, not necessarily for circulation, because I wanna make sure that you all are in approval of that before we circulate anything, and then I will provide you, I should have put draft on it, but which I didn't do, so,
Okay,
and that's basically what we would be doing, trying to roll out some culture enrichment here in Royal Oak Township. It's not really for circulation, but I'll share with you. Culture enrichment here in Royal Oak Township, as well as start rolling out our health and wellness, program we had before too. So that's what the, flyer is about, to have a first annual Kwanzaa celebration on the 29th here at the Recreation Center.
fantastic.
That's the 29th.
That's the 29th, right, it's on a Sunday, and so we're just looking for you guys' support to be on board so we can begin our planning process and begin to get people on board to, get the program together and get everyone on board. So that's kind of what my role is here today, as well as I spoke with Mr. Harris about some other programs and utilizing the rec, and he, I'll be speaking with him about the other programs so he can bring those details to you all.
Right.
Fantastic, yeah.
Just like to give some additional input. Bridget had done quite a few things last year concerning health and wellness. Programs were successful. Kids had a wonderful time, and there was definitely enrichment as far as educational resources they received. We can do this one of two ways. Obviously, she would like approval to use the building on that particular day. We can do it on the director's report. Since she's here and made the presentation, if you all would like to, you want to give her approval now, that would be fine as well, if you all would like to.
Since she made the presentation, I suggest that we, make a motion to accept the celebration of the Kwanzaa on December the 19th.
29.
29th, I'm
I
sorry.
almost got.
So as a motion in order to accept it.
Make a motion that we accept this, allow the celebration of the Kwanzaa on the 29th by the Friends of Royal Oak Township.
Support.
Moved by Mike and supported by Helen to accept the Kwanzaa celebration that's gonna be held on December 29th, 2013. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? None. One opposed. Okay. Now we move to any other, Frank, you have anything to?
What do John Custodian?
That's one of my partners who will be in collaboration with the planning process and moving forward. Mhm. So it will be, Friends of Royal Oak Township, Eugene Consortium, and the Royal Oak Township Recreation Center that will be hosting, putting on the program.
I didn't know if that was the church or something like that.
No, they've been in business for over 40 years doing culture programming and organizational development and things of that nature. The details will come out. We're gonna do it on the 29th. I will share with Mr. Hiram with Mr. Harris if anything changes in terms of hours and things like that, but I will keep you all abreast. I just wanted to see if in fact that date was fine, so that I can move forward and then begin to do some pre-planning.
All right.
So I appreciate that.
Fantastic.
One question, Udama, is that the one that used to be at the Oak Park schools? Is that the same program?
That's in Saroma.
In Sorrel?
In Saroma, right, in Saroma with, Malik Yakin,
Exactly.
yes, and we may have Malik being the keynote speaker for, we're looking to have him be the keynote speaker for the Kwanzaa, but, he's busy during that time for Kwanzaa, so just looking to do, get that approved so I can go on with pre-planning.
All right, we got it.
Okay, thank you, and I'll be in touch with you all.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
And, you know, Hiram, we talked about some other things, so feel free, your director's report this year, and then I'll be hearing from you tomorrow.
Yeah, this sounds good, but I read it, it's what we need for the community.
Right. Okay, very good.
All right,
Okay.
okay, old business? New business.
The old business that you have, so I can shoot everybody out the sheet, September, to approve, disapprove the regular, reducing the hours for operation for the winter months.
For the what?
Reducing the hours of operation for the winter months.
Can I have a copy of what you shared with us before? If I may, this is the agenda that she brought in, that was previously disapproved.
Yeah.
Right, that you're making reference to. So, I guess she wants to bring it before again, for approval or disapproval. I believe is what she's asking.
Is that what you're saying? You want us to approve this? I don't understand what you wanna do here.
I would like those items added to the agenda to approve or disapprove.
We've already, this is already in
Is that in the
place.
form of a motion?
I'm sorry,
Is that in the form of a motion?
what do you mean?
To add this to the
Add this to the
agenda.
agenda.
That was rejected.
Yes. Okay,
I'm asking that you look at it, you either disapprove or approve. But to reject it,
it's already been
That's all I'm asking,
rejected.
okay, I'm making a motion to accept that agenda. As well as a special agenda. Can I do that?
Is there a second?
That's two.
Motion failed.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion to still move on with the hours. To approve and disapprove for the record now. What's on the agenda, since you don't wanna accept the agenda again.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I guess, can I see your paper, piece of paper right quick?
If I may.
September.
It is from September, and I haven't seen you all.
Well, you was here at the last meeting.
If I may.
You said over there.
If I may speak. This agenda, she brought before the board. She was dated September 11th.
Yeah.
Then it was voted down, it was disapproved.
Right.
She just asked for the board to revisit it.
But you didn't get a second, so you have to move.
And she didn't get a
Second.
second. So it's
With
done.
all due respect, we need to move forward.
It's a done deal.
So what are y'all saying? I'm not gonna have nothing on anything that I want to put on the agenda won't happen because you all don't want it?
Number one, if you read your bylaws,
I have read my bylaws, and
Anything-
you need to stop, you need to resign. That's what you really need to do.
anything to be added onto the agenda, you have to come through the chairman. You haven't talked to me previous to this meeting about this stuff on the
Have
agenda.
you read your bylaws?
Yeah,
books? Then you should know that during the agenda, I don't necessarily
It
have
can
to
be-
have.
it
I
can
mean,
be
I can
added
put
on
it
if
and
it's
add it on
agreed,
to the agenda, but
if
this
it's
is the
agreed
thing.
by the commission.
This is the thing.
You put in a motion and it failed.
This is the the thing.
So what do you want?
This is the thing. So what I'm hearing you say is that it's okay for us not to address the winter hours of the operations of the facility. It's okay for, these are prevalent things on here, but it's okay for you not to address these things.
You said that, I didn't say that.
No, that's your attitude.
Okay, well, what's yours? Speaking of attitudes, what's your attitude?
Sick of yours? Kind of just tired of yours?
Mine's the same as yours.
Who next on the
Move
business?
on.
So the question
we're
would
in new
be,
business.
are you all not gonna put anything on the agenda?
What did we just say?
Well, I'm gonna ask that for the new business then. New business.
Yeah.
Approve and disapprove the reducing of the hours of the operations for the winter for the winter months.
This has already been done.
We'll move to the director's report.
Hold on, a lot of stuff in.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move to the director's report.
First thing I wanted to address the
Yeah.
Halloween party.
I'm gonna have to call you back in the middle of the meeting.
You on the phone, you should walk out the door. If you on the phone, we have a meeting here.
Sir, I'm
That's
off the
that's
phone.
disrupting the meeting.
You disrupted the meeting with your attitude.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Okay, the director's report.
The Halloween party this year was a success. We had between 250,
Are you
over
up?
250
I'm sorry,
tickets.
excuse me.
You're out of order. You are out of order.
I'm
He's doing the
asking
director's
him,
report.
I'm
He's
asking
doing
him
the
a question
director's
right now.
report. You
How
are
do we
out
get
of
to your-
order. Don't respond.
How do you get to number 8 when we skipped old business and new business?
Well, we went to new business and nobody had anything.
I had something and I
Okay,
told
but
you
it
that.
wasn't approved. We didn't
I
want, we didn't
told
want.
you that. Well, this is the thing, I have more
We-
than just
we on the
that.
director's
I
report.
have more than just that.
We on the director's report.
We
now.
also need to come in line with bringing our line budget items up.
We're not gonna do that tonight.
Why not?
Because
Why not?
I'm
I'ma just say
not
this to you.
answering no question.
I'm gonna say this to you. I don't understand why you all let this man who don't seem to know nothing at all, let y'all just.
Hey, you know, I'm
take you
not
all-
gonna sit here and take these insults.
Township business.
I'm not gonna sit here and take these insults from you.
Do township
Who do you think
business.
you are?
Period.
You've been in this town 15 minutes. And you wanna run stuff.
It ain't about me running.
Yeah, well, it ain't about, it's not about you, it's not about you, it's not about you, talking about
When
me.
you get a chair, you need to be at every meeting at Township
Well,
Hall.
you're the only
coming
one that
back and
acts
report to
stupid.
the board on what's going on. You don't know what's going on because you don't never go to a meeting. And this
Well,
is the
I don't
thing.
have to go to a
So I'm gonna
meeting.
ask you all right now, how hard is it for us to come together today? Because it's a lot of things that's going on, just like Hiram came and brought all these people up to the board meeting. I don't know what's going on. I'm constantly being asked what's going on. So what I need to know from you, Hiram, who is the list of all the grantors and administrations can you give us a list of all the grants that you received on behalf of the Recreation Center, as well as a list of all the programs that's running up out of here through grants? Can I get that and administration information from you, as well as a list of all our vendors? The next thing I wanna say to you all, that's $8,000 that we did get approval of. Once $2,100 is paid, cause we got bills of $3,700 that was already concurred, it's leaving us a balance of $1,400. Still not enough money to operate. So we can either keep tabling stuff or just avoid doing some things, and I don't have a problem with it, but I wanna let it be known for the record that I'm doing my job. It appears that you all are more showing favoritism to a person's, because I don't care if you don't like me, I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to take care of township business, and we can choose to agree and disagree, but we still should be able to be coming collectively together to at least bargain to do so. And once again, like I said, there's more than one thing on this agenda that definitely needs to be addressed. So the question would be, can you make that happen for me with the list that I requested for you, number one?
If you would put in writing to me what you would like as far as grants. Leonard Harden, you specifically spoke at the board meeting about who is Leonard, what is the Southeast Open Coalition. They have a meeting tonight. Either Leonard or Mr. Ivy will be present at the next meeting to give you details on who they are and what they do. Any other grantors, if you would put a letter to me as far as what grantors you're making reference to. And then let me finish. And then at our next meeting, I will have a detailed report of any additional funding that came, let me finish.
I'm gonna need that before the
Of it-
meeting.
Of any additional funders. If the board requests me to give that to you before the next meeting, I will. Otherwise, it will be the next meeting. And any additional funders that you would like, just put it to me in writing. That was part of my director's report for tonight.
Yeah.
But basically, what you're asking us, you brought an agenda to the table. The agenda was disapproved. You can't bring an agenda to the table 3 times, once in the previous meeting. You wanna bring it twice tonight. That's wrong.
What's
As far
wrong is
as-
that y'all
but let-
disapproving
but let-
the
we
agenda.
listened,
Period. That's what's
No,
wrong,
we
because
listened.
even if you don't like it, you're supposed to
listen
table
to
it
you, but you
or
have,
disapprove it, but for you not to take care, and for you, and I ain't trying to be funny, but this is the problem that I have with you. You don't sit
Who
on this
cares
panel.
about what kind of
You
problem
don't
you
sit on
have?
this panel.
We have-
You don't
we have-
sit on
Give me a
this
break.
panel.
We
You
don't
don't-
about
you
you.
don't sit on this panel,
Listen.
and this is the
Call
thing,
police.
you do not sit on this panel, and this is the thing, we do. And what you do, I'm not gonna go down for what you doing because I don't have no recollection of what you doing. What I'm asking you is not hard to come up with a answer to my question, just cause it's like he said, if he elaborated on the, just like that was the first thing. And another question that I have for you, when was those brought before the board and approved? Once again, all the programs that you had that
If
came
you
and
put
spoke,
a letter together for
Listen,
me.
that's all you gotta do,
I'll respond to
Sheree.
you.
That's all you gotta do.
but I'm gonna need you to respond before our board meeting so I can
If the
have,
board
so
requests
I
me
can
to
have-
do that, I'll do that.
We gotta move
Right,
on.
we move on to the director's report.
well, the
Move on
directors,
to-
I'm still, this is the thing, special meeting then, because you didn't take the other board meeting, so I'm going special meeting now. Prove and disapprove the layoffs of recreation employees to take effect immediately due to the fact of lack of funds. Period, we
Right.
do not have any funds
Right.
available, and I just want you to know for the record, if you don't know, they will sue us if we don't have no money to pay them, cause Rick already tried to sue us,
Sure.
okay?
Sure.
Due to the fact of not being paid.
Listen, Sheree.
He tried to sue
All
us
your-
at the township. They wanted
The
to-
fact is it not
Sheree,
us all
Sheree,
the
we
way?
approved him to get paid.
Sheree, listen, hold on,
We-
Mike. Hold
we-
on, hold on,
we-
hold on,
But he
hold on, one
cannot-
second. One
We're
quick
doing the
thing.
director's report, man.
I
Come
just wanna
on.
say one quick thing.
We're doing the director's report.
The board is not even approving none of this. We're not gonna approve none of this, and we don't even support none of this. Now you're asking us to do it. You can't force us to support something that we don't support. None of this
No,
stuff
just,
on here.
hey, just make it a
listen,
matter of record that you
listen,
don't
we-
wanna
listen,
support it.
we've
You
been
don't
doing
wanna-
that.
We don't have to
We've been
make it
doing
a
this
matter
for
of
the
record.
last 8 years. We know how this stuff runs. So we're not gonna support this, cause we already know what the answers are to this already as a board. You're the only one in disapproval. So if you can't accept that, that's
I'm
something
the
you
only
gotta
one
deal
in
with.
disapproval. I'm not in disapproval
You
of
are.
anything.
Everybody else is just
You
sitting
know,
here
what I'm saying to
enjoying
you
the
right
meeting,
now is
trying to
that
move forward.
enjoying the meeting. First of all, everyone sitting here, in my
Now you gonna
opinion,
speak for everybody.
everyone sitting here, I'm speaking, but you wouldn't let me finish where I'm
You've
going
been
with it.
speaking for the last half hour.
Yep, I
Jolly,
sure have,
then
I sure
Ira, now
have,
you
and I'm
talking
gonna
to me.
continue to
And if you
speak.
continue to be disruptive, we're gonna not have you in the meetings.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
You
we call the
cannot
police.
do
We call the
that.
police and have you removed.
And you will be removed.
Who
for
gonna
disorderly
remove you?
conduct,
Who?
period, because you
You're
are
disorderly,
control.
Sheree.
No,
You're
I'm not.
arguing with everybody.
Only one way to find out, honey
The
bunch.
fact is, what I'm asking you today, I'm asking you today, since it
We
seems
told
like
you
no
no.
matter
We
what,
keep asking.
I just won't ever get anything on the agenda, huh? Is that what I'm hearing?
This stuff we're
Is
not,
that what I'm
we're not
hearing?
gonna approve this stuff. So it's no even purpose of even going over it.
So
That's what
what
you're
I'm
hearing.
We all
saying
feel that
That's
way.
what you're hearing.
is that you can't take care of township business. These are some
Now you're
valuable
putting words in
things.
our mouths.
We didn't say
No,
that,
no,
you
no,
said.
no,
That's
no,
slander
it's
right
not
there.
about, it's
That's
not.
slander. Now you're speaking for everybody.
Cushion
First of
Street.
all,
We don't need that.
Cushion
I'm here.
Street.
I can speak.
you here and you can speak and you have a
We
right to
have to
speak,
move
just
on
like
with-
I have
with
a
the
right to
director's
speak
report.
as
Come on.
well.
What about
And
this-
what
what
I'm
about being
saying,
disorderly,
what I'm
though?
saying
When
is
does
that
that
this has been
come
a
into
pattern
effect?
with this board not to address certain things due to friendship here.
Now here you go
And
again,
a lot
making
of,
another
to me, you
accusation.
act like it's never,
Do we have
but
to
there's
make
no
this a
nepotism
record
here and I don't
that you're making
understand.
accusations
What
of
I
people?
don't understand is that
Lying
why you can't
and
take care of
slandering.
township business properly, period, and not even look at certain things and not even consider them, like I said, to reject something that's unconstitutional in the first place. Yes, you have a right to do it, but the fact is, to reject the whole
Why
agenda.
can't you get
Here-
rid of, why can't you get the executive board and set up your agenda? Why
Oh,
you come in
boy.
here
Why you
and
always
cause
coming in?
disruptiveness?
It didn't matter how I presented
It
it.
don't
I
matter.
presented 2 weeks
You
before.
don't even
I had
try
presented
before.
to you Every
Come on,
time.
Helen,
You
let's
all
move on,
told me
y'all.
that I had to have an executive meeting to even put anything on
No, I
the
said you should,
agenda.
I recommend that you should do with the executive board. You come here
For
like
what?
a one-man show.
For what?
And it's not a
They,
one-man show.
It is not a one-man show, but right now,
We're all together
can
for
I
you.
put
That's
something
just
on
a
the
report,
agenda?
man.
This is what I'm asking. So far, I have not been able to do
Come
so.
on, man.
Well,
Hunt,
Period.
Huh?
Write this report.
In advance, that's all we say, put it on the agenda in advance.
Let us look at it.
I
Let's check it
have.
out.
I
Not
have.
tonight.
Come on,
What was
guys.
your excuse then?
Disapprove, we gotta move forward.
Well, let's disapprove.
If it was on the
It
agenda
was already
before,
disapproved.
We
it's-
don't have to do nothing no more. I'm trying to say.
So y'all
It's
just
been
refuse to
disapproved
take care
already.
of
We're
the
not doing
budget?
anything.
We're not gonna deal with the budget
No, we're
tonight?
doing the director's
We're
report
not
right
gonna deal
now.
with the budget.
The
We
records
won't
report.
bring
Let's
our
see.
line
What's the
items up
police
that
do?
we're
No,
hitting
don't
in the
have a portion
deficit.
to
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
We won't do anything and take care of no township business. That's what I'm hearing you all say.
That's what you said. You heard yourself say that.
Fine, let us speak.
Well, that's what's on the agenda.
Well, that's what you.
Budget's not on the agenda.
Come on, what's the director's report?
No, that was a previous budget, but I had that's what I was bringing to the budget today, as far as just putting it in there and asking that it be put and added on to, which was the agenda
Before
with
we
the,
can
budget.
truly address that, I'm gonna need to meet with Mr. Cunningham concerning the budget for 2014.
We don't, yeah.
Normal standard procedure.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's the way it's been going all the time.
No, it's not.
We don't do
He's not,
that
he
without
shouldn't be
the.
doing the budget,
we-
you all should be.
No,
Period.
that's not the way we do
Director's
things.
report. Nah, see, now you just.
All right.
Come on with the director's report.
The Halloween party this year was a success. We had over 250 kids that were present. One of our volunteers, Faith, was here tonight, and the kids had a great time. They came in, we got candy, food donated from Southeast Oakland Coalition, which is the organization that Sheree is one of the organizations that Sheree is on the detail on. So they took care of the candy along with other just personal donors, people that brought in candy to be distributed for the kids. Mrs. Stewart came out and supported, Sherry Batiste was here, the gym got decorated, Rick did a wonderful job for helping decorate the gym, and the Halloween party was a success. For the last 2 weeks, I've been meeting with Faye, as well as Mom. We've been working on putting together a pre-Thanksgiving Day, fun day, which is scheduled, would like for it to be scheduled on the 23rd of November. The thought here is to bring to the table some of the coaches, participants, partners, vendors that have relationships here at the Recreation Center, community churches, and that whole piece.
What is this for, you say?
It's just a pre-Thanksgiving Day celebration. It would be
November, what day was it?
23rd, that's a Saturday. It would be from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. There would be fun and games. The thought is to have, we talked about doing what we refer to as a cake walk, which is, for simplicity terms, somewhat of a cake raffle as a fundraiser. Doing a 50-50 raffle. We got a couple bikes, actually, that we could not raffle off for the classic car show that we still have, we could raffle off on that particular night, to raise some funds. We have some, just some basic games for the kids. We thought about fun activities for the adults, such as playing cards and just sharing good information, bringing the DJ, possibly doing some hustling or some aerobics that night, and just having a fun day to kick off the holiday season. So with that, I do need approval to continue planning and for that event to take place in partnership with community supporters and community churches.
Okay, there's a motion in order to accept the proposal for the pre-Thanksgiving Fun Day to be held on November 23rd, on that Saturday from 1 to 3. The motion is in order to accept.
I make the motion that we accept the, Thanksgiving celebration scheduled for, Saturday, November 23rd. Time right now is 1 to 4.
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Oh, wow.
We say 1 to 1.
We can-
Oh, 1 to 4. Oh. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye.
No.
1 opposed. Motion carried.
We mentioned it this in general discussion, but Leonard Hart, Southeast Open Coalition will be coming in. They met tonight, so they could not be present. Their meeting was tonight. But I will have them come in next month, either Leonard or Mr. Ivory, to say hello and give some details on who they are, what they do, their funding, the communities they support, and some of the ways that they support us here, Parks and Recreation. So, I want to make that official.
Did he say he wrote the grant on behalf of the roof, or what?
The grant writer, was a lady who was a former minister out of Ferndale, wrote that actual grant. And their primary focus is to minimize drug and alcohol use in the Tri-Cities area. So that's Ferndale, Royal Township, and Huntington Road. So again, I don't want to steal their thunder, and I think it would be best to hear directly from the horse's mouth for simplicity's sake.
When you come out here at the next meeting.
Right,
In December.
right, that would be December. This is the last bank balance information that I was sent from the treasurer's office. It shows that we have $6,900.
Now, this will be enough to take us all the way to the end of the year, or?
That
Just
should
shows
be
you we
enough.
got $3,700.
I was really referring to the director.
Unpaid bills that needs to be paid.
I was really referring to the
And then
director.
plus 2,100 come of his salary, that will bring us down to $1,460.11. That's what you're gonna have, and that's
If
gonna
you-
be able to do,
If I may, I could have swore we was in director's report.
yeah, I'm
If
asking
you
the question.
read right here, you were making a statement. If you read right here on the treasurer's comments, it says that $8,000 was transferred from general fund on 10/30.
Mhm.
It also says that $1,385 was used to pay workers' compensation and liability insurance. Payroll to be covered for November 2013, and one payroll in December 2013. No other expenses can be paid. The thing here is that we'll receive additional revenue
Mm-hmm.
before the year closes out.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's.
I
When
mean,
do we
our
receive that additional
focus
focus,
will be,
revenue?
our focus is to keep the center open.
And-
Not to find a
The
way, if
phone-
I may speak,
the
not
focus
to
is not
find
to
a way
close the
to
center.
close the
at all.
center.
That's not the
So I wanted,
focus
so I wanted to
period.
share that information.
But that's,
We have a
the
consumer-
focus is, let me ask you this.
We
You
have a
said
consumer's
you
power.
Wait, no, you wait
We have
until
a
he's
consumer-
done.
We have a consumer's power bill for $154.35. And I would like approval for this bill to be paid. We
When do
wanted
we
to
get
go
the
into
funds
default.
in December?
I make a motion that we, pay this bill of $154.35 to, Consumers Energy,
Based on-
based on.
When do we get the funds in December?
That's what you.
We've been paid that.
Where that came from?
1/2/13, this is a bill. from
Those are
January.
just showing you how
This is
high our
January of
bills
last
are.
year.
That's down over last year.
Those
Yeah.
are from last
What you talking
year.
about?
Yeah, we're not on that.
Yeah,
Give me that.
And the reason why we're hitting a deficit every year is because we've been constantly not
Somebody
paying our
second
bills at the end
We got
of
a
the
motion
year.
right
I second.
Like we have a $3,700
You second that?
unpaid invoices right now.
Okay, well,
And the whole point of it is, that's why I'm saying, I think it would be best that we alleviate the salaries and pay the bills.
Go ahead.
wait a minute.
all in favor?
Wait,
Oh.
Amanda, you made
I made the motion.
I second.
to pay 154.35?
Yeah.
That's something you want to address the treasurer under the secretary and Ms. Jacobs, if they coming or not.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some new ones.
All in favor?
Vote.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Okay,
Next time,
Sign it too.
what's next? What you got?
That's it, that's all I have.
that's it?
I
Okay.
make a motion, we,
Well, when
accept
do
the
you,
director's
get the
report.
money in December?
I made a motion, we
I've
accept
had
the
a
director's.
conversation, still lobbying, to get funds, to keep this bill report.
Oh, Oh, you talking about from support from somebody else?
And possibly revenue coming in.
Well, you said revenue, like, what, that's what I was understanding, what revenue?
Man.
Is it from the taxes? What are you talking
It's,
about?
motion by Amon, second by Mike
Just
to
from-
approve the director's report.
Well, I think we can keep the center open, it's just that we can't afford to do both, pay you and keep the center open, that's just the, that's.
All
the
in
fact.
favor? Aye. All opposed? Pass. Okay, now is the, citizen comments.
Okay, I got something to say. Faith Gibson, 56 years old, I lived out here all of my life, and I have never sat in. And I've been on a lot of board meetings where there's total disrespect for the chief. I'm about to go to a planning commission now, because I'm a planning commissioner. Again, you can disagree all day long. There's parliamentary procedures, and they're in place so that everybody's opinions can be respected in a timely fashion. So the order of the day, the business that you are taking care of, can be done so on behalf of the people that you represent, myself being one. Having said that, we've been working hard. I appreciate that the board passed the, we haven't really come up with a name, it's pre-Thanksgiving. We gonna come up with some snazzy and catchy.
Yes.
It'll be annually. We're reaching out to anybody and everybody to help us out, and every door that we knock on, swung wide open, they all for it. They do not, the pastors that we've met with, 4 of the 7 or 8 churches that we have, along with their associate ministers, they basically then put their case at the main board meeting last week, that they're on board. They do not want this restaurant to shut down, and they want to do whatever's necessary to keep doors open.
Right.
I'm kind of reaching myself, because I do have an organization that the board knows that I've already said I've adopted, the Rec Center. So we're gonna do what we gotta do to keep the doors open. Like I said at board meeting, this is the only building that we basically own. Lock, stock, barrel, nobody can say nothing about it, is this. Grant School is not ours. For
Right.
whatever reason it is not ours, it belongs to Ferndale. And if they decide, I'm also on the steering committee that just been meeting for the last 3 months at Ferndale to reorganize the school district. And they are talking about reopening some elementary schools. And I personally want Grand School to be reopened as a K through 6, but that's just me. But we don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know what buildings they're gonna reopen. And heaven forbid, if they should open Grant again, that means our our community, our board, are basically gonna be put out on the street. Unless they decide to do something with this building in order for them to secure it. And whatever money they paying to Grant, to Ferndale School District to keep Grant School as our seat, I'm kinda nervous about the whole thing. But I went to the meeting the other night, and Monday night for about 3 hours, and there was conversation back and forth, this way, that way. They are reorganizing the district, people. Some of it is not good, some of it's not bad. I come to understand that we don't have any black teachers left in the district. No black teachers. The last black teacher we had was a young man who black guy, graduated from Harvard. Not from Howard, from Harvard, cum laude. This dude was great. We love having him on board. For whatever reason, they decided to send him over to University High School, which is predominantly black. So we pretty much don't have anybody. We're back to 1967 when the riots started, because the students, we want some people look like us teaching us. And a lot of problems that they have in the school district with like almost 80% of our kids, when push comes to the shove, our kids get sent home. They kicked out. The other ones are not. They get a slap on the wrist and they back to school the next day, if not that same day. So that's the other thing I want to put before the board, is try to kind of help to, help Camille Gunter, who has the Ferndale African American Parent Network. It's been in business for 3 years, and we had the biggest group to come out during that strategic plan back in the summer. And she's had 2 meetings where like 3 or 4 people came out, which is ridiculous. But the stuff that's going on in the school district is ridiculous. And the parents gonna have to get involved. Hopefully, I can talk to Camille and we're gonna have a table, booth, or whatever. That was the other thing I wanted to bring up. The pre-Thanksgiving thing that we wanna put on is really, in my mind, it's more like an open house for the rec. Some of the programs and stuff that people are thinking about bringing in here to keep the doors open, you know. Some are paying, some may be, you know, like the churches, they may decide to come in and take some of the programs that they have at their churches, and a couple of them, I know one for a fact, is open 6 days a week. And if we can get them to bring just one of those with their parishioners and other people, see what's going on, and they come in, that could be a boom for this rec center. So I know Hiram is in deep conversation with them. One of the pastors was up here the other day, and his associate minister. So we're trying to do the best that we can do to keep the doors open. Any thoughts of closing it? In my mind, if that happened, it happened. But I'm not gonna be on the side of just giving up. That ain't in my DNA. That's not in my genome. That's not in my people.
Right.
You know, it's just not. And the majority of people that grew up here, their parents like mine, 4th grade education. My father was self-employed and put his kids through school and college. And I'm sitting here, my daughter about to graduate from college. I don't ask nobody for nothing, but I'm fighting what I believe in. You know, and if nobody has got no positive input, all for the negative. But you ought, if you got one negative, you ought to be coming forward with 5 positive. You know, and I'm on the street. I'm talking to the ones that have lived here. And they're waiting, and they're looking, and they're wondering. And the squeaky pots and the squeaky wheel always gets to oil. I ain't oiling nothing. I'm not. I'm all about, like I said, I'm all about the positive, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm ready for that.
Right.
So I'm, like I said, I got another meeting to go to. Seems to
Okay,
be
well.
my life here, man, but
We're
so
gonna,
be it.
We're gonna get it done.
we're gonna make sure that, that the pre-Thanksgiving fun day is a success.
No, I already know it is.
Yes, sir.
Now, my name is Minister Washington Schwartz, and I'm talking to him saying this about about bringing some deaf people here in the township, and we'll talk about I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow to see if we set if we do some signing classes. Yeah. Because they have signing class at Oklahoma Hills, and the last and the lady teaching that the last class is next week. It's next Tuesday. So I'm gonna talk to the people that's in the class over there. Let them know if they want to continue signing. We'll try to get something set up here, so they can come in, so they can come here, and I'll be getting with Mr. Hill about that tomorrow, and then there's one deaf person here in this community, and as we reach out to, and there's probably more deaf people in this community, and if you reach out to them, you can use my organization. We can work together. We can reach out to those people, and then they come and they see that there's a place they can come and they can interact with one another.
Wow.
You know, I'm gonna touch on that too. I'm sorry.
Is he with, excuse me, I just wanna say, the one person you know, is that Turner?
Yeah, Tito.
Yeah.
I was just seeing him at the store yesterday. I wanna learn sign language myself.
I wanted to mention for the last year, I know, off and on, I've had conversations with this gentleman about, trying to do something.
Yeah, that'd be,
We even talked about, basketball and some other creative things that they could do here. And I did not know he was coming to the meeting.
Oh, well, that's good.
We talked earlier.
Thank
Fine.
What's his name?
The Minister Emerson Sherrod III.
Sherrod.
Esther.
Yeah, I did wanna touch on that, Minister, because my girlfriend, the last 2 years, her name is Denise Beasley. She has a nonprofit, very strong nonprofit, for the deaf. His hands are pure expression. And she was looking, and what I couldn't tell her, I didn't know, but I'm gonna put her in touch with you.
Okay.
She's a nonprofit also,
Okay.
and I don't see why. I know she was looking for a building. She wanted a freestanding building, but now that all this done happened, hey, won't you come and rent a room? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe they can kind
I'll
of
be
collaborate
I
together
wanna
on
learn
that.
it.
You know?
Fantastic, that sounds good.
And-
See, that's what recreation is all about. Leisure time for the community to help the citizens, seniors, children, voters.
We might
That's
find out there's more out here that need it.
Exactly.
That's right. It's a help to the community. That's what recreation is all about. That's it.
And then
Positive
there's a deaf
source.
person,
Go ahead, sir.
and then there's a deaf person, that lives down East 8 Mile. I'm gonna bring him, to the.
Sweet.
to-
Yeah, I wanna learn it too. I can't
Okay.
wait. I can't
Okay.
wait.
One more thing I want to share with the commissioner, and you too, Frank, talked to me about that, about the roof. I spoke to a roofing roofing company, and I suggested to them, Eden want to at least pay for the material. We can get a company to do it for a charity or whatever the case may be. But now he told me that what he would do, he would go to the union,
Right, that's where you go.
and the union can find us perhaps someone that will be willing to do that, so that we can
Right.
make things work. Even if we don't do the whole roof, we just do the part that's
Right.
It's damaging,
Small section
yeah.
of it that's actually leaking.
whichever sec. He's gonna come by, maybe sometime next week, and we're gonna go up there and look and see what needs to be done. Then he'll take it back to the union and see if they can do it. So, and Frank, I know you, with Teamsters and stuff, maybe find something, whatever we can.
You got me, my wheels turning now.
Yeah, man. Okay.
My sister does that, sign stuff too. Road, yeah.
She do?
Dang.
Called it down, she took it up and down.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, she went through her classes. She's almost, I think she graduated state certified. She wanna work with the police and the fire and that kind of,
Good.
be on call, so she ain't playing.
fantastic. Okay, if that's it,
I had,
oh, yeah, something?
yeah. Me and her to send a letter to Sandy Collins and Jacob. Asking them they stand on the leave, they status. That's commission.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was November, it's been a year. Sandy dismissed a couple of
Are you taping it?
Yeah, she do.
Just for the next time, I thought we had to make certain,
Don't-
regulations on how,
Did you want this back?
you can't just see these.
Okay,
That's what Mr. Hill.
Here's the deal on it, we have
Because,
to,
Oak Park, they sell theirs. They
I
see
mean,
these.
we can do
Right, so
that.
that's what I want. I want the whole board should be able to get that.
Yeah, for $44 a CD.
$44 a CD.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's how much it's gonna cost to process the, transfer and compress the information. And it's probably, it depends on how long it is. But something like that does cost around that. It's like $95 an hour, and it's up to $3.
Okay.
We don't get one for everybody.
Yeah, it should be one on five. I don't know who's gonna edit it, we wanna make sure it's not edited and put on YouTube or,
Did we
Too late for
vote,
that.
hey, son, did we
too late for
not?
that, bro.
I wanna
you
make
know,
sure that,
Is the meeting over?
Yeah, no, not yet, I'm about to make it.
Well, right.
Haven't got to finish. I'm sorry.
No, I was asked that you sent a letter to Sandy Collins and Rachel Jacobs accidentally status on the meeting.
That's our website.
All right, all right, thank
Did you hear me?
you. Yeah, and response, actually, there's one letter on file that's already been sent.
Sent to Jacob, right?
Jacobs. I'll make sure I forward the letter to Sanders.
Anybody else?
Anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So,
Motion by Amon to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second by Mike. All in favor? Aye.
Alright.
Meeting is
What time?
7:07.